Hey folks, this is Ted Cantu coming at you for the mean streets of Metro Detroit. And I do say mean because today we've got some horrible news that we are going to be in for a recession pretty much for the rest of our natural lives in this wonderful gloved state. So do stick around for some interesting updates in that arena. It should be quite interesting. So for the guys who are marooned here, I just want to tell you about a little something I wrote recently called Buzz Academy. And Buzz Academy is a really important thing, pertaining to building Web 2.0 marketing. And what is Web 2.0? It basically means user interaction. You see how you found this podcast? I used to have the number 12 podcast show on Podomatic for a couple of years until one day I just realized I just didn't feel like paying them anymore. So what I did was I took the podcast off the network, and the episodes are still on there. Actually, it was called the Online Money Machine Show, and you can still access the old archive. But what I've decided to do was actually move on from that and create my own show, make it viral. Okay, that's an example. So now you can actually find my show on Rever.com, AOL Video, Google Video, Google what is it, YouTube, and so many others. In fact, I'm actually getting picked up in different countries now too, which is kind of cool. I'm in Germany, France, Australia, the UK, and Tokyo. For some reason, Tokyo and Japan really dig me. So it's definitely gotten more interesting. So the Buzz Academy was something I created. I'm actually taking this around the Metro Detroit area, trying to save companies, if anything, because if we're going to sit around and just waiting for the buzzers to pick our bones clean, I think we're in for a bad ride overall. So, but this is something I actually want to share with you guys. That I've actually read this from a trade journal, and here's what it says. It was a warning, and it said that all companies, it's basically it warned all companies that if they weren't planning on staying around very long, they need to listen because if you do want to stay in the market, then you really should embrace Web 2.0, and that should be your main primary focus for buzz building. And buzz building, as I said, revolves around online presence through social interaction, viral marketing, blogs, websites, wikis, and PR Web 2.0. Not just Twitter, folks, but other stuff too. And they also mentioned that if companies choose not to engage in this type of activity, it could lead to very hazardous results. Companies can and probably could and most likely will collapse. And it says that you can actually count on it. So I was actually kind of amazed to see this, and I think it came to me through a hub page that I found. If you just kind of look into if you go through hub if you type any kind of hub pages at all, there's several references to this, Squidoo being one of them, but also the hub pages, and it's really quite interesting thing. So do check that out. And if if that's over your head, please just check out my website, my blog, because I do keep people tuned into what's really happening in the world around them. I am Ted Cantu. I am an ex-art director for the mean streets of Chicago and New York City, and I have been transplanted to the mean streets of Detroit, Michigan. And I tell you that living here has been quite an interesting experience all around. So that is something that I think is worth mentioning. You got to kind of walk through the raindrops, and how do you do that? You have to get smart pretty fast if you want to stay visible, and there's definitely a way you can do that. Over the weekend, I was pretty amazed. I think we're setting new records in our company all the time. I actually just beat out 13 million sites in a 48-hour period, and we're actually going to go to some corporations and see who's bleeding and see who needs help in this arena. The other thing too is if you find yourself in a situation where some idiot has jumped online and just slammed your company, or has attempted to slam your company or slur your name in any sense, by all means take him to court and get him to you know, uh, put the hammer back on them. But in the meantime, you're going to have to clean up your PR online too, because your links are going to be a disastrous mess. And that's when you want to give us a call at 888-305-2532. That is 888-305-2532. We are actually cleaning up all the junk that ex-employees post online, disgruntled partnerships, legal firms, and everything else that can go wrong in a typical business relationship. Online, we erase the dirty fingerprints, and it's pretty amazing because it's pretty doggone fast what we do, and it's downright brutal. So those are some of the interesting news items that are on the top of my list this week. And if you want to look me up online, you can always find me at tedcantu.com. I always like to hide in plain sight. So I don't know about you, but I like to face things head on. And that's where we are. So I do hope you're interested in this Buzz Academy thing. It is quite interesting. We will be expanding this idea. And in fact, we got a couple different new services that we're rolling out. Those are kind of cool. Anybody out there who's listening on this thing, if you find me through Twitter and you got all of our real estate links and you got all of our trade links, we got some. I got an interesting thing here. If anybody who trades who's looking into actually doing something with the E-mini, you want to definitely give us a call. That is right. I did say E-mini, as in Forex trading and all those other high-end currency trades. We will be having a course coming out. So actually, we're taking pre-orders now. If you want to give us a call at 1-888-305-2532, I can actually put you in touch with some of this really great stuff. Home study courses that will actually help you trade from at home. And that's something you want to think about, because if your brick and mortar business is going to bite the dust because you can't afford to promote yourself in any shape, way, or form, you got to do something to pay the bills and keep the lights on. Am I right? And if you're not going to do those things, then you need to pick up another profession. And I think trading from home is actually one of those great opportunities that you can actually count on and do. It's not the golden goose, but I can definitely tell you what. I got some notes here from our newsroom, and here's what I have to say about it. I can actually predict an 80% accuracy, 8 out of 10 trades on a regular basis. And you have no experience necessary on this whole thing. We teach you how to set up and how to process the trade, and we will train. So everything from the Forex to the S&P. This is a really cool thing about it too. You can actually trade every day of the week. Unlike other sites that are out there, a lot of these guys don't even trade on Mondays and Fridays because the market's so volatile and anything can happen. But we're not afraid of any of that stuff. And like I said, we like to face everything head on. So until next time we talk online, this is Ted Cantu. God save Detroit. I'm still going to be on the road quite often, and I'm looking for new experiences and different types of companies that want to definitely clean up their PR. You want to definitely give us a call at 888-305-2532. This has been Ted Cantu talking to you from the Online Money Machine Show outside the podcast network and on the viral highway. And I want to thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon.